Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. Na 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 na. The album, Dad. AF. Hey little thing, let me light your candle, cause I'm sure hard to handle now. Yes, I am. Rock on, gold dust, woman. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to drama class. Do you have your Trapper Keeper? Do you have your number 2 pencil for the Scantron test? Well, you might want to pull out your Trapper Keeper and your number 2 pencil to write this down because I got some information for you guys. I want to say a very special thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring yet another video on my channel. I love Skillshare so much. And if you guys don't know what Skillshare is an online creative community. They have thousands and thousands of classes that you guys can take. It is super, super cool. Super, super cool. Super, super cool. Cool beans. It's such cool beans, okay? And my husband's doing like this photography one, and then I was doing a plant one, okay? We have stopped doing that because I've learned everything there is to know. There's several, okay? And now I am doing a creative writing course, and there's actually several creative writing courses. Let me get on here really quick and read to you guys some of the areas that they have. Illustration, graphic design, photography, creative writing, animation, fine art, music production, film and video, marketing, productivity, freelance and entrepreneurship, web development, and crafts. And they have so many, they're like really unique classes. They're like classes that you would like never think of. You know, like I'm just, gonna make something up, but it'd be like threading bracelets or something like that. But it's totally, totally cool stuff. And the creative writing class, hold on a second, that I am currently taking is by this guy, Don, I think his name is. Daniel Jose Older. And it is Storytelling 101, Character, Conflict, Context, and Craft. Now, I have an undergraduate degree in English, but I was like, you know what? I'm a writer. I've written a book. I'm working on my next book. I could use a little bit of a refresher. I have so many friends of mine that are like, I always wanted to write a book. It's in such layman's terms, and these videos are so cool. You literally feel like you're one-on-one when you're sitting there watching one of these videos. It feels so one-on-one. And, but he's not the only one that's teaching creative writing courses. There's like 10 creative writing courses, okay? Creative personal writing, write the real you. Storytelling 101, character conflict, that's what I'm taking, context and craft. Writing character-driven short stories, and these are all by different people, okay, that all have a creative writing background, and it's just really, really cool. And if you hit the link in the description below, my first 1,000 subscribers get a free trial to their premium membership. You will not be disappointed, you guys. It's really, really cool. And, and I know that, like, right now, a lot of people are, like, at home and things like that, and this is a perfect opportunity to be able to, like, learn new things. What it really reminds me of, I don't know if you guys will know what I'm talking about, but what it really reminds me of is that, like, our local, like, high schools and colleges and things like that, they offer community courses, creative community courses of things that are, like, my phone's going off, of, like, artistic things, and that's really what it reminds me of. It, like, plant design and how to take care of plants and photography and creative writing and all this kind of stuff, and it's super, super cool. So anyway, hit the link below, go get your free trial. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes boost of this video. Are you ready? Are you ready, Freddie? Okay, so I put up on the Instagram, hold on a second, let me see. Time for another opinions video. Hold on, it's going out. What would you like to hear my opinions about? Anything pop culture or YouTuber related? I think I put YouTube, actually. And I also put it up on my Twitter as well. So I'm going to go into the Instagram ones. I may do a video in a day or two that are the Twitter responses. So let's go into, you guys, I got asked about so many crazy different things that I'm like, oh, this is really interesting, because usually I get asked a lot of the same questions, but this time I didn't. This time I got asked so many different questions. Okay, here we go. Let's go in here and see. Okay, someone just said YouTube related. What do you think about Frenemies? All right, so here's my thought about Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein from Frenemies, or the Frenemies podcast. When I first started watching it, it was very uncomfortable to me. When I saw Trisha and Ethan fight and argue, like, I'm not somebody that finds enjoyment in watching other people argue online. Like, I don't like that, okay? Like, I don't like when you watch couples in a YouTube video and they're arguing. I mean, to show, I think, naturally how couples are, I think that's okay. Because, you know, I don't know what kind of relationship you're in. I hate when you watch, like, couples on YouTube and they're like, hi, how are you? Oh my God, we love each other so much. We're so in love. And then they're broken up like 3 months later and you're like, but I was invested in you. And then they break up, you know? But anyway, so I don't love seeing fighting, you know, but I also don't like seeing phoniness. And I think the cool thing about Frenemies is I really do think that their arguing and their disagreements at the beginning were real. Like, I really do believe that Ethan and Trisha have worked through so much, and now I think that Ethan is, like, super protective of Trisha, and I don't know, the whole thing is, it's kind of like, it's watching this kind of cathartic process online happen, and it was cool to me. Now I think it's very funny, and I will tell you the other thing is, that I see a lot of people kind of like judge the Frenemies podcast and say like, how dare they talk about this or how dare they talk about that? You have to remember, okay, that the Frenemies podcast is a podcast of two people getting together that are frenemies, kind of, that's how the whole idea started, and talking about anything they want to talk about, right? So anything that comes up on YouTube or pop culture, and now they're talking about a lot of people on YouTube, and I think it makes people uncomfortable, because it literally is like Trisha and Ethan sitting down and having a conversation and saying, here, we're just going to put it all out on the table, and here, you know, here it is. Let me play my card, let me show my cards, and this is what I have to say, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry. And I think it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, you know? Because on YouTube, we're in this world where it's like, we can't just say, like, oh, you're a drama channel, you're a commentary. It's like, I'm this kind of drama commentary channel, or I'm a gossip channel, or a tea channel, or whatever. And so people get very confused about that. They're like, is the Frenemies podcast a drama channel? Or Trisha wants to be a drama channel, or this, or that? It's like, they're just YouTubers, you know? Can we just enjoy that for that? And I actually think a lot of what they're bringing up is really important. And I think it's important because it's coming from their point of view to people that have been in the YouTube world for a very long time. So I enjoy it now. I have to tell you, at first, I didn't really appreciate Ethan Klein's humor, and now I kind of love it. So he's really grown on me. He really, really has. Okay, so that's what I think about the Frenemies podcast. The winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13, okay. I mean, I don't want to ruin this for anybody, but it's going to be about a week out by the time you see this video. I'm the biggest Simone fan in the world. I've been a Simone fan since the beginning of the season, and we were rooting for you! Little Kimura Hall for you. I don't know why she can't get that, but anyway, I'd say that and my husband just like dies laughing every time because it's like the worst old joke that will not die in our house. But anyway, I was super, super excited for Simone to win. If Simone didn't win, I wanted Gottmik to win. If Gottmik didn't win, I wanted Rosé to win. And if Rosé didn't win, then sure, give it to Candy Muse. That's kind of how I felt about it. But I will say this, at the end, I kind of had really a soft spot for Candy Muse. And I was like, well, all right, girl, for making it to the final two. Like, I was pretty impressed with that. I will say that when she did her reveal, my husband was like, her flag is a reveal. I mean, like, it was kind of, I will say that, like, first of all, there wasn't really any reunion this year. The reunited thing felt so staged and just silly to me. I just didn't like it, and I felt like I wasted 2 hours of my life watching it. And I'm like, you guys have no idea, like, I am a huge RuPaul's Drag Race fan. I'll talk about this in just a second, but like World of Wonder, I'm like watching all of their stuff on the app, okay? I've watched the Work the World tour, or I think I've watched the whole first season. I watched both seasons of the UK. I was a huge Lawrence Chaney fan. I'm so excited Lawrence Chaney won. So yeah. RuPaul's Drag Race this year was good for me. I just was not that impressed with the final lip syncs. I was like, this is your opportunity to bring it. Like, bring it. Like, I don't ever understand that. Like, you know, I mean, like, I guess maybe because I'm kind of the old thinking of, like, the vaudevillian, you know, show. Like, the show must go on, and you give it your all! I don't care, you give it your all! You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. It's like, this is your moment, okay? To shine on the season finale of RuPaul's Drag Race. Bring it! You better bring 5 wig reveals, 2 outfit changes, and you better have some batons and fireworks going off, okay, on that stage. And if you don't, well, then you don't deserve the crap. That's kind of how I feel about it a little bit, okay? I will say that their final outfits were absolutely, all 4 of them were absolutely amazing. So that's what I think about the RuPaul's Drag Race thing. And if I ruined that for you, I'm sorry. And I'm just going to be going forward on some of these. You're going to get 100% unedited Peter. Are you ready? Okay. What do you think of J-Lo and A-Rod splitting up? I could care less. I really could care less. A lot of these, I really could care less. Okay, hold on a second. Pineapple on pizza. I mean, people always come for me, but I love pineapple on pizza. What is your favorite obscure random corner of YouTube? I just said this in a video the other day. Actually, it was on my Peter Does Stuff channel where I'm painting my nails. My 2 favorite corners of YouTube right now are, number 1, I love to watch any abandoned videos. Abandoned, like, theme parks, abandoned water parks are my favorite. Abandoned water parks. Abandoned houses. But it's really exciting to watch the amusement parks and stuff because you can kind of, like, I don't know, this is so weird to say it this way, but you can kind of like hear the roar, you know, in the roller coasters, even though there's like no sound because they're abandoned. The other thing is I'm obsessed with these videos of these guys that build these like underground water parks in the middle of the jungle. Have you seen these? And they literally have like 130 million views on it, okay? We're sitting here talking about a Jeffree Star and Shay Dawson having like get 10 million views on a video, right? And these guys that are building these water parks out in the middle of the complete jungle, okay? And they're carrying like bottle or like bowls of water over, and they have like 136 million views or something on their videos. I'm just blown away. I love those videos. They're so peaceful. I just sit there and I just watch them. I'm like, I want to go swimming in there. I just want to go swimming so bad. And then they light candles and stuff. It's so nice. I'm like, if I came upon one of these in the middle of the jungle, I'd be like, is this where a serial killer is trying to get me or something? Okay, let's go on. Let's see. Hold on a second. Tana's new business. Okay, Tana's new business. So Tana has a new management business out. I don't know if you guys know about this. Hold on a second. Let me get into, I screenshot it. Where is it at? Where is my Tana's thing? I thought I screenshot it. She has, okay, it's on her YouTube or her Instagram. Hold on a second. She came out with a management business and she's real excited about it. And it says underneath here she is signing the pictures. Yes, the rumors are true. After receiving tens of thousands of messages daily. What a lie straight from the pit of hell. Tens of thousands. Well, girl, that's at least 20,000. So you're telling me that you get at least 20,000, let's call Tana Mojo a liar, okay? You get at least 20,000 messages a day that you individually open because you would have to open them to know what they ask, right? So you're getting 20,000 messages a day that you're visually seeing yourself, knowing that people are asking. Girl, that is a lie straight from the pit of hell. No, Tati, no. She said, yes, the rumors are true. After receiving tens of thousands of messages daily from people asking me how I make money on OnlyFans and as an online creator, how to get started, and for some bad B mentorship, and a year of turning Tana Uncensored into a multi-million-dollar business, my team and I knew it was the time to partner with Unruly Agency and this other person, I don't know who she is, to start my very own agency, TAA, Tana's Angels Agency. Oh, that's kind of cute. It's like Charlie's Angels. I like that. In this industry, I have been effed over so many people in every imaginable way. When I signed to Unruly in April of 2019, I was so grateful, and she goes on. You know, it'll be interesting to me. She says, big, small, or starting today. Alongside that, I want to use my experiences, platforms, blah, blah, blah. So I think what's interesting about that is that, okay, you're going to, here's the thing, okay? If you just take a random person, like, I don't think Tana Mojo realizes, and I am sure she has been completely screwed over in the industry, right? And I grant her that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you take a random girl that's, 18 years old, and you have her start doing story times on YouTube. Don't help her. You can't shout her out in a video. You can't put her in a picture, okay? Any of that kind of stuff. You just say, here, girl, you start putting your story times up on YouTube. Nobody's going to watch them, okay? I mean, the idea... Tana Mojo is a phenomenon on YouTube, okay? I mean, there's not 100 Tana Mojos. She's 1 in a million, right? And I think that's part of the thing is that when people watch her, these young girls, they think, oh, I'm going to be a Tana one day, right? Now she's opening this management company, which I'm sure will have like packages you can buy or contracts or whatever. So that, because this is a moneymaker for Tana. She puts on the top of the picture, she tags it, secure your money bag. Okay, so this is just a money bag for Tana. This is just a money move. And I think that's okay. You know, whatever. Start businesses to make money. I mean, that's smart, I think, down the road if she's going to start moving away from doing YouTube and whatever. Maybe she's bored of it. I don't know. But how are you going to help somebody? I mean, what are you going to tell them? Because you got lucky on YouTube? How do you teach somebody that? You know what I mean? I mean, people ask me and I'm always like, be passionate about it and love doing YouTube because you may never get the views. You don't know. You know, hell, I got channels where I get 500 views a video and I don't care. I love it. I love making videos. I love making videos. Teach someone to love making videos and be appreciative of it and be grateful for the few people that might watch them. There. I'll start me a management company. I'll call it Peter Monn's Angels. Okay. So that's what I think about the Tana Mojo thing. Congratulations, girl. Let us know how that's working out for you. Okay. The next one, Jaclyn Hill's makeup haul video. I haven't watched it yet. People are asking me, who do I think Jake Paul will box with next? I could absolutely care less. Okay. I think Jake Paul is such a poor example of a role model in our country. It makes me so sad that so many young men look up to Jake Paul and that Jake Paul doesn't take himself seriously enough to realize that power that he has over touching the lives of, you know, just of being a force of I don't know, of like a role model to these people. I'm like, do you not realize, like, you could be such a great role model? You know, and that's where I think often, like, I really get tied up in all of this because I'm like, okay, so you have the opportunity to just be a role model or like, you know, here it is, good example. Tana Mojo's talking about, you know, like mentoring people and whatever. She had posted a picture and there's nothing wrong with this, right? But she's constantly posting pictures of her going out and getting completely wasted and Instagram stories and whatever of doing shots and whatever. And she's of legal drinking age, so that's fine, right? But know your audience as well, you know? If that was a beauty, I'm just going to tell you right now, if that was like a beauty influencer that was doing that had a younger audience, and they were getting drunk on camera while they were doing, like, if every video they were like getting drunk or whatever, or getting high, they would be called out so harsh. Like, it's interesting to me that Tana Mojo has just kind of been accepted at this point of just kind of being messy. And I don't really know if she really is that messy or if it's just kind of an act. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Anyway, what do you think of Netflix news show with Nikita and whoever else those people are from the Hype House? I could absolutely care less, and I don't plan on watching it. And I might watch like one episode to see like what like the whole premise of the show is about. Do I think it'll get watched? Yeah. Do I think it'll get watched a lot? Oh yeah. I think the show will do very, very well. I think there are enough people that are interested that are younger, and I think this is Netflix's way of pulling a younger audience too. I think that, you know, for a while Netflix was super, super popular. You know, it's kind of like how Facebook used to be for the young kids and now it's for like, you know, you and me and our grandmas. It's kind of like that. I think it's Netflix's way of pulling a younger audience. If you've watched, they've done shows like Love is Blind and they've done other shows like that recently, right? Where they're trying to pull a younger audience because most of us that are a little bit older that aren't interested in this stuff, we want to watch the true crime documentaries. You know, we want to watch Grey's Anatomy 9 seasons or something. I have never watched it, but I'm thinking about starting it. You know what I mean? So I think that this is Netflix's attempt to get a younger audience watching their shows again. And I think it's going to probably work. I think it's a smart move, honestly. I think it'll be interesting to see how Nikita Dragun portrays herself. I will say this. I don't believe that Nikita Dragun makes a move unless she thinks it's going to benefit herself business-wise or financially. And now it totally makes sense why she's been hanging out with all these people. So all these people that think that Nikita Dragun is their friend, she ain't your friend. She's using you for clout, period, okay? Nikita Dragun is the epitome of a clout climber, clout chaser, whatever you want to say. I mean, she's the epitome of that. She really, really is. I mean, if you go back and you watch her, and the thing that's sad about that is, this is what, and she's another example to me of somebody that I don't understand why she doesn't want to be this powerful role model, okay? It's not always, you're not always role modeling empowerment when you come out and say, I'm a bad, you know, bee. Like, that's not empowering people, okay? To empower people and say, I've gone through some really tough stuff. People are really hard on me. People are really cruel to me. And yet I'm still here, you know? And let me show you what that journey looks like. You know, and she'd be like, well, I have a Netflix show and I have a Snapchat show. Girl, you have all that because of the following that you have on social media, okay? Period. If you didn't have your following on social media, you wouldn't have any of this, right? So be grateful for what you have. And maybe in some way, try to be an enlightened role model for these people that look up to you. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I really don't, you know? So anyway, okay, that's what I think. Did you finish the Britney documentary? No. And you know, I need to be real transparent about something. In the last, I would say, month and a half, 2 months, with the whole James Charles stuff that has been happening, and watching just a lot of the drama on YouTube has gotten really, really dark. And then on top of it, it was like watching this interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and which I haven't watched, and the Paris Hilton documentary, and then the Britney Spears documentary, and then what's everybody asking me to watch now? The Demi Lovato documentary, where she talks about California sober and all this kind of stuff. And everybody wants to know what my opinion is about that. And I really appreciate that. You know, because like for years, nobody cared what I thought. Nobody was asking my opinion about this stuff. So I appreciate it, right? And down the road at some point, I might watch those things and I might give my opinion on it. And I don't care if it's 6 months. People are like, oh, it's old tea now, whatever. Well, just because it's been out for a while and I haven't watched it doesn't mean that it's old tea, okay? If I want to watch some old movie and I want to do a review of it tomorrow, I will. I used to do that on my review channel, but I stopped. But anyway, you know, the thing is that I don't really want to watch a lot of that dark stuff right now. And if I do, I want to watch like a true crime documentary. I want to watch something that's like interesting and exciting to me. I don't want to watch something that's just going to bring me down. It's a lot. As far as Demi Lovato and the whole California sober thing, I literally had never heard of this term until it came out with Demi Lovato. I don't know if it's a made up term. I don't know if this is what people in California do. I mean, I've heard for years, I mean, my friends and I in recovery have kind of joked about like these celebrities that call themselves, I've heard this before, Hollywood sober, which is where they're sober, but then they drink like on New Year's, like in St. Bart's or something like that. But there's actually quite a few sober celebrities. There really are. And if you're in a 12-step program, you know who those people are. I've sat in meetings with celebrities before. And it's, you know, just to see that we're all, like, I think that's the really cool thing about sobriety is that you realize that no matter where you come from, who you are, that we were all equally affected by it. I don't know anything about this California sober thing. I guess it's kind of a form of moderation. I know this for me, okay? And I can only speak of me, and I work a 12-step program. That's what works for me. That's all I can speak of, right? I am an addict and an alcoholic. I know that, okay? I know that to be true. This addict and alcoholic, moderation doesn't work for me, okay? If I'm gonna smoke weed, I'm gonna smoke it all day long. If I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna drink all day long. If I'm gonna use other substances, I'm gonna use them as much as I can get my hands on them, okay? And I consider myself a garbage pail person, which meant that I would put anything into my system that I could use. So no, California sober wouldn't work for this alcoholic or addict. I wish those the best that are doing that, and I hope it works for that. And that's all I can say, you know? All right, so let's go on to the next question. Let's see. Why do you think the Nikita drama with Trisha wasn't mentioned on Frenemies? Because Nikita doesn't pull those kind of views, and I don't think Trisha cared that much, honestly. I really don't. Thoughts on Foodie Beauty? I don't know anything about that. Okay. Okay, people are asking me a lot about Bretman Rock and David Dobrik. And apparently the story is that David Dobrik, like when they won awards or whatever, I don't know whatever the words were that they won for YouTube, that David Dobrik was like, what did you win for, or who are you, or he was real shady to Brett or whatever. I like Brett, okay? I've seen recently, and like, and maybe that's not the story, and if I'm completely wrong, I'm gonna go watch some videos after this. I'll reserve my judgment till then. But I think like Brett is somebody that does his own thing. I think this is one of the keys to being really successful on YouTube. Don't move to Hollywood. I don't care if you're a beauty influencer. I don't care if you're a what. Just don't move to Hollywood. Just don't. Because those YouTubers that like, I mean, Jaclyn Hill, she like had a lot of drama, but that was because of her lipsticks. That wasn't because of her interactions with other people. And you know, I think the people that like don't move to Hollywood and kind of like stay with their families and stay grounded, which Brett has, seem to do really well, you know? So, I don't know. All right, let's see, what another one. Do you think influencers are just waiting for it to be unpopular to follow James? No, I think they're scared to be the first one. I think, And I think there's probably a lot of conversations behind the scenes. And in all honesty, from a drama point of view, James Charles' stuff has kind of died down in the next week, or in the last week. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of weeks, or if people will just kind of like forget about it, or if something else will happen. There was a rumor, I saw it on Def Noodle's Twitter, that he was saying that James Charles was blocking anybody that said the Doja Cat blocked him. I don't know if that's true. I think that was on Def Noodle's Twitter. But I went in and looked, and Doja Cat still follows James Charles. So all of the influencers that I mentioned, all these celebrities still follow James Charles. I guess they have no problem with the allegations, you know? So I guess they don't have any problems with it. Let's see the next one. Jeffrey's accident. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it. I think people are being really harsh. I think Jeffree Star had an accident, and I wish him the best, and I hope that he gets better soon. I don't really know what else to say about that, you know? Okay. Demi Lovato's documentary. Now it's talking about Brett talking about David Dobrik. So I'll have to go in there and watch and see what that's about. I haven't watched anything on Jaclyn Hill's new launch yet. I need to watch that. And I could care less about Demi Lovato and the Big Chill Froyo shop. Honestly, I have to be, okay, completely, again, transparent. Demi Lovato is not somebody to me that I have ever been real excited about. You know, she's not anybody that I have, like... It's interesting because I kind of have a personal story related to this, because we have a friend of ours that went on tour with Britney Spears, that worked on tour with her. And so she had called me at one point and she had said, you know, like, because all the teams are still real close. Like Britney's team is close with, you know, like the dancers and the hair and makeup people, and are friends with like the different teams from like Lady Gaga's group and whatever. And so she was like, and I've talked about this before. Some people are like, there's no truth to that. Yes, there is. My friend was like, Demi Lovato's team is looking for somebody to come and kind of like be her, like, you know, personal assistant, but somebody that's in recovery and whatever and stuff too. And nothing panned out with it. And she ended up sending my information to Demi Lovato, or to Demi Lovato's team. And I never heard anything from them or whatever. This has been years ago. But at the same time, I was like, I'm not like that interested in Demi Lovato. Like it was around the time that the, what was it called? What Lindsay Lohan documentary came out on OWN. And do you remember that guy that like was like followed her everywhere and was her assistant? And that was like, my friend was like, that will basically be your job. I was like, I don't know about all that. And, but I was like, this could be, you know, pretty cool. She's like, but you would have to go like tomorrow or whatever. And the main selling fact was that I was sober, you know, and that I had been sober for a while and I was, you know, whatever. And so, but they didn't go in that direction. So I don't know. But even then I was like, I couldn't probably tell you. Does she have a song named Skyscraper? I mean, I don't know any Demi Lovato stuff. I'm not that interested in her. So it's like if somebody said to you, like, what do you think about Judy Smith? And you're like, I don't. Who? Did I go to high school with her? That's kind of how I feel about some of these things when people ask me these questions, you know? Do you have an opinion on multi-level marketing schemes? Well, I was talking to a friend of mine about this last night, because, you know, my husband did Optavia, and I tried it and failed miserably. But I didn't realize that was like a MLM. I guess it's considered that, but my husband lost quite a bit of weight on Optavia. I will say this, if one more friend invites me out to dinner for one of these, Metaluca, I don't care, okay? Body by Visalis, don't waste my time! With your Avon crap, I don't care. There are some Avon products that I do like though, okay? Real Housewives of New York or Real Housewives of Orange County? Oh, Orange County. But I do love Ramona and Carol. Carol's not on New York anymore, but I do love her. Okay. What do you think about other drama channels being part of the drama, stirring the pot? I don't know what you're referencing, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's part of it. You know, it happens from time to time. Whitney or Mariah? I mean, I love Mariah Carey so much. I am such a huge Mariah Carey fan. I get so emotional by Whitney Houston instead of emotions for Mariah Carey. I was gonna do the, you know, the air thing by Mariah Carey, but I am such a diehard Whitney Houston fan. I mean, diehard Whitney Houston fan. She's the queen. I can't believe, okay, there's not a lot of Gabby Hanna video or questions in here. I guess nobody cares, Gabby. Sorry. A lot about Demi Lovato. I wonder if that's because, hold on a second. Oh, the dogs are going crazy. Real Housewives of New Jersey, I don't watch it. Would you ever start an OnlyFans? I mean, do you want one? Who would ever care? Anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. Don't forget to go sign up for Skillshare. You get a free membership for the first 1,000 subscribers that go and hit the link below. Go do it. It's really cool. It's really, really fun. You will love it. So anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.